What's going on, everybody? Gambling Gamers back with our segment Views Beyond the News. Today, I actually wanted to start talking about the summit that was going down between Donald Trump and Kim Jong-un. They were in, I don't know why you didn't do that before we started.
But I can be quiet enough. Everything happened so quickly, I was like, oh, God, I forgot to put one in. I could just do it quietly.
Trump and Kim Jong-un were having more summit meetings to try to find a peaceful way to denuclearize parts of North Korea. And apparently at their lunch, both parties, everyone got up and left. Everyone was pissed. And Trump was actually quoted as saying North Korea actually wanted all the sanctions lifted from them in order for them to denuclearize one of their plants. And they were willing to do this with under the supervision of like American experts to make sure everything's done properly. And one of the higher ranking officials of North Korea is actually quoted as saying that Trump's lying, and North Korea only wanted part of the sanctions lifted to try to help better the people and they can better their economy, because they're also trying to work on ending the Korean Wars. That way they can bring North and South Korea together as one. But everyone walked out of the summit meeting and no deals have been made currently. And
that's ridiculous.
I don't want to say the blame's all on Trump, but A, the stories are completely all mixed up, so nothing really makes sense. And B, an opportunity like that probably won't come around very often.
Probably not again.
Probably ever again, dude. I can't believe you fucking did that, man.
But I mean, is that something, if you were President Trump, you'd want to budge on?
I mean, the sanctions are there for a reason, but because does anybody actually know what the sanctions are specifically for in Korea, by chance?
No. I don't know.
Or how many there are?
Probably quite a few.
I would assume there's got to be a shitload.
Probably, I would assume so.
Because if you also think about it, if we actually get into some sort of bickerment with Korea, who's immediately going to back them?
China.
Russia.
Anyone that doesn't like the United States of America.
Yeah. And Trump's done enough to piss several people off.
I thought Vladimir Putin and Trump were blowing each other. I'm just kidding, by the way.
I think they kind of were at one point in time, but now there's definitely
That's how we won the election, the Russians.
That's not proven yet.
It's all about the Russians.
Those Chernobyl motherfuckers.
Oh. Everything leading up to now has been leading up to Russia, the next great country.
Oh my God.
It's like anybody who doesn't know that quote, it's from a Goon. You should watch it. Great movie. He's a Canadian hockey player. It's hilarious. But no, I can't even begin to think, because I want to say it was the Democratic Party who was actually really concerned that Trump was going to lift too many of the sanctions. Yeah. Like they were concerned that he was just going to give them everything they wanted in order to denuclearize them. They were freaking out, and then you just come out of the deal with nothing. You've achieved nothing. Both parties are pissed.
Well, I mean, what would you expect if he goes there by himself?
You probably expect him to fuck something up.
And what did he do?
He fucked it up. Even with supervision, he fucked it up.
It's just, at this point in time, is that the guy you trust to go over to North Korea?
No.
And, I didn't vote for the guy. No. I know plenty of people that do. And I'm sure most people that voted for him were like, maybe we should have sent the guy over there. Maybe we sent Dennis Rodman.
Because Dennis Rodman and Kim are very good friends. They probably hoop together.
That's the funniest relationship.
It makes no sense.
I don't know how it started.
Ever.
But it's just like, all of a sudden they're best buds. And so Dennis Rodman tweeted earlier in the week before Trump left. He was like, hey, Mr. President, you got my support. Do your thing out there. Say hello to my good bud Kim. Tell him I said hi.
Tell him I'm gonna dunk on his ass later.
Tell him next time he catches me on the court, I ain't holding back. Post up game. I've been working. And I read that tweet and I was like, even Dennis Rodman seems a little nervous.
I don't know how you could have came out of that. I don't know what exactly Korea was asking for, because it's crazy.
No one knows, because Korean media could say they said one thing. Trump could say they said something else, but we don't really know, because no one was allowed in there.
Well, it's crazy because you know how North Korea, when they do their news announcements and their agenda and shit, that they don't allow outside sources to
there's no media there.
There were two English reporters, English-speaking reporters, that the people who were giving the press conference responded to in English. They actually talked to an outside news source outside of Korea.
And they're the ones that reported that North Korea only wanted a little bit of sanctions?
They have the quotes that...
Not a lot of sanctions, just a little bit.
Yeah, they are the
Well, I
ones
mean, there's
who
certain
actually
things
quoted.
that if you're a country, you want lifted, you know what I'm saying?
Especially if it's going to benefit your people, benefit you as a nation. Because, I mean, how long have they been working recently to try to end the Korean War?
Dude, since Korea got separated.
Well, because, I mean, it's not, well, because, like, it's only recently that they started making, like, huge strides for it. Well, like, Kim Jong-un and then the president
The
of, like,
South Korean president is a lot more open.
Yeah.
But, you know, neither one of them is going to fold over Korea. It's either Kim Jong-un or South Korea.
Especially since it seems like South Korea is doing a better job of happiness than North Korea.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it comes with having a guy that limits everything inside his country. He can say his people are happy, but I guarantee if half the people knew that the old buddy over there in South Korea, just a little couple ways over, wanted to free him, they might have something to say, but, you know.
Well,
I mean, for all we know, Trump could have done his best out there. He could have negotiated everything he could have, but, like, at the end of the day, you're talking to Kim Jong-un. Like,
what's the likelihood of him doing it right?
I mean, you could send anybody there.
Yeah.
You could send a Democratic president
just
there.
sent Obama there.
I mean, even if you sent Obama there, I think nothing would have happened still. I mean, sure, Kim Jong-un's open to talking, but he's the type of guy who's not going to do anything unless it goes his way.
Yeah. Because Trump is actually quoted as saying, sometimes you have to walk, and this is one of those times.
And understandably, I wish we didn't have to walk. I wish we could, you know, just, yo, North Korea, you're a big threat to us. Wish you could just chill out, bro. But, like, you know, sometimes you can't. And, you know, at least he's trying.
What makes them such a big threat?
We don't know what the fuck's going on in their country.
I think it's the fact that they're reaching newer technology that they don't normally have, and the fact that there's the chance that they're going to aim it at us. That's what freaks us out the most.
And, like, you know, anyone that threatens the United States of America, you don't just, you know, brush it off. I mean...
Well, it also doesn't help that we have the identity of being the world's police force.
Yeah,
anytime something goes wrong somewhere, we have to intervene to help it. We spend our resources
It's like
to
a
do
big dick in a locker room. Like, something going on, America's just like, whip it out!
Yeah, America we have to intervene.
We gotta flex, you know what I'm saying?
Everyone's just like, oh shit, America's here again.
Because wasn't it... I want to say I was talking to my dad the other day. And he actually told me that a lot of the shit that's going down between Venezuela and Colombia, Putin's actually stated that if we intervene in that, there will be consequences. There will be consequences for us stepping in between Colombia and Venezuela.
Why?
He backs... That's
the Red Scare, brother.
Yeah.
It's alive and well again.
And if we step in and stop that, Putin is not going to be happy with us.
You know, it's been a while since the last Cold War. But, you know, the more and more, like, the more days pass, the more I'm like, are we in a Cold War again? Like, is shit about to hit the fan? Because I ain't lived enough yet. There are so many vaginas I have yet to try. Like, you know, I tell you, you'll never sleep with an Asian woman. You might not be able to.
This is true.
That's going to be pretty sad, though.
Sorry.
I mean, if there was another Cold War, I think this time we would find a way to come on top. I think we have the resources.
Instead of lying about it.
Yeah. Any type of war to come up again, I think we would come out victorious. We just have too many resources, too many allies.
Did we not win the last one? I'm just kidding. It's a joke.
America never loses.
We don't, except for the...
Except for when you look at our government, our healthcare.
Except for NAM.
I was going to say Civil War.
Hey, don't talk about NAM!
I was going to say except for NAM.
I was going to say Civil Wars because we're fighting each other.
Don't bring up NAM in this household.
America wins either way.
Yeah, but one side of America loses.
Every time someone mentions it, it just reminds me of when Brian went back and stopped 9/11, and then the Civil War happened.
Second Civil War.
Could you imagine, like the butterfly, if it was that bad? Like, if someone had been in a time machine, stop 9/11, come back. Oh, fuck. The South's just like, we're back, bitches! Woo!
We're rising!
We really are rising again.
But I feel like if that happens again, the South will rise. Like, we will prevail this next one.
Well, because, I mean, most southern states do have the most gun owners.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like...
I was thinking about it, I'm like, what would make us come out on top? And I was like, bunch of crazy fucking rednecks.
Rednecks with their guns.
They're lifted
trucks.
Not just the rednecks. I mean, everyone in Texas.
Today I was telling my brother, I was like, you know, we saw a lot of lifted trucks at the high school I picked him up at. And I was like, you know what, brother, you know what we should bring back? And he said, what? I was like, we should bring back lowriders.
Lowriders.
And on our way home, we came across a lowrider just coming across the street. And I was like, brother, it's happening!
Dude, across the street from where I live, there were like 9 cars there, and there were like 3 lowriders, and they were like having a competition in the street. I was just like, dude, it's 9 in the morning.
Dude,
What
I
the
would
fuck
bump
is
a
going
lowrider.
on?
Bro, if you never been to Cali, that's all they do in Cali.
If I could make my mom car into a lowrider, I definitely would.
One
That'd be
summer,
the funniest fucking
I went to go
shit.
see my mom, because I wanted to see where like my mom grew up, and she was like, okay,
Oh,
so
God.
my mom grew up in Long Beach. Brother, all there was just lowriders, barbecue 24/7, and a bunch of Mexicans.
Could you imagine trying to put a barbecue grill on your lowrider? That shit just hits the ground, and as you drive across the street,
Imagine trying to grill on a lowrider and you don't want to flip it, so you pop the hydraulics and the burgers just...
Bro, it's only funny because like in Cali, that's like all you see is lowriders, and all you see is nothing but a bunch of thugs over there. And it cracks me up every time I think of it. I was like, my mom.
To anybody living in California, we don't think you're all thugs and lowriders.
Just if you're in Long Beach, Crip.
We all know you surf.
What the hell did
We
you
all
just
know
do?
you have
What is
long,
it?
flowy hair.
We all know you're surfing.
Yeah.
You don't all got lowriders. Surfboards fly out of lowriders all the time. I get it.
If y'all grew up in a different state, what would y'all think y'all would be like?
Shit, I don't know.
Honestly, I can't imagine growing up in the north in Wisconsin like my mom and having a northern accent.
I think if I grew up in Maine, I would wear like button-down dress shirts every day for no reason.
Maine was very specific. Where did that
Yeah,
that was very
Why
specific.
That was
Maine?
very
In
specific.
another life, I was born in Maine.
I
I never
was-
met you fuckers.
I was about to say, I was like, have you like seen it or you've lived
He
in
met
Maine?
another 2 white boys and a Mexican.
That'd be the
And
funniest.
we only wore collared button-down shirts every day for no goddamn reason.
Dude, I swear. Okay, so I've been to Dallas and Houston to visit my cousin before, and I swear that's all him and his friends wear.
That'd be
They're
preppy as
button-down, ugly collared shirts. No offense, I love you to death if you happen to hear this at some point. But some of them are so ugly, like blue and orange, and they got like the sequence buttons. I'm like, those are ugly.
You know what's-
Because
Oh, I know
all
what you're
they
talking
do
about.
is they shop at PacSun in the mall. That's the
Yeah.
only place they shop at.
So hipster.
Yes, and
Yeah.
I hate half the shit they wear. Because I go down there,
I would
And,
love
like-
to see you in one of those.
and,
Buttoned
like,
up all
anyone-
the way, just show up, just
well, like
Skinny
any-
jeans and everything.
well, like anybody who knows me, I wear jorts. I wear jean shorts.
please.
Everyone
send me the
down
video
there
of
wears
you trying to
khakis or khaki shorts. They don't wear anything else. So, like, I went down there, I was in jean shorts and basketball shorts. Everyone else looked 10 times better than I did. I was like, God, I really underpacked. And all we're doing is going to the fucking park.
I was like, God, I'm the hobo.
Yeah.
But you know what's funny? Like, so how would y'all think like people in New York dress?
Probably really well. It's New York City. Like,
Well, I mean, most of them wear, like,
I would say it depends
Jackets,
on your
long
job.
coats.
It
Yeah.
depends on your job.
Okay, so like in New York, when I was there, Soho is like, a district there. It's pretty much like a little area.
I was like, that's a gay bar here.
Soho?
Yeah, you
Not
would
there.
Yeah.
you would know.
Yeah, you would know, wouldn't you? Anyways, so in Soho, like everyone was wearing like, champion jackets.
Fuck y'all for one thing.
totally just got ganged up on.
Jesus.
Hey, you're the one that brought it up.
If you're
None
new
of
to
us would
us,
have known that.
we share a gang mentality. When one of us fucks up, the rest of us just go ham on them.
It's kind of like when you have like
God.
more than one dog. When one screams and all the other dogs jump the shit out of him, that's what happens.
You cannot show weakness in front of us.
And it's usually
It's only me.
Only
What do you-
Tyler
What do you mean
usually.
usually me? It's only me.
I don't know, Christian.
You're
gets
just
on-
the easiest one to bully.
Christian-
No
and
one
Josh-
gangs up on him. I don't fight back.
You do. You just kind of accept it,
Yeah, I just
and that's the easiest way to get through it. Honestly,
you had to grow thick skin and learn to deal with the
The
shit.
funny part is you could try. You could try me, motherfucker.
If you guys grew up with my dad, you would understand. Because I'd walk in the house and my dad'd be like, "What's up, gay wad?" And I'd be like, "Hey, Dad."
it's not even a word, Dad. You made that up.
I was like,
Where'd you learn that
I
one?
remember-
College.
I remember one time I was like, I'm back from the movies. He's like, "Oh, you and your butt buddies have fun," and I was just like, yes,
We had a
did,
blast.
Dad.
We made out, all three of us.
It was
Four.
a fantastic time. But actually, talking about the
Back
South,
to news.
yeah, back to news with us joking about the South Rising and guns and whatnot. They actually just passed a new law that would actually require the background check. Normally, when someone goes to purchase a gun, they do run a mild background check, and if it doesn't come back within
It's
a 3-day time period,
pretty easy.
if it doesn't come back within a 3-day time period, they are just allowed to sell the weapon to whoever's buying it. Well, now the new law that actually went through 2 voting stages and passed both of them, it's actually mandatory. You have to wait 10 days before you are now allowed to sell the gun to the customer. So that way you have 10 days instead of 3 to run a background check. And it's supposed to give the FBI more time to complete the background checks and get the information back to the store owners, but
10 days is still pushing.
It's a step in the right direction in terms of gun control.
Does that still go for gun shows?
For gun shows,
gun shows, I'm pretty sure people just buy whatever the fuck they want.
Well, yeah, that's what I was saying. Gun shows,
gun shows, you show up with your license, and they're like, "Yeah, go ahead, man."
I'm pretty sure you can't walk in unless you have a license.
Oh, okay, I don't know how gun shows work,
but it's about the Southern people. You got a 50 cal? Woo!
I've seen,
and then they like buy 6 of them.
I've seen on like YouTube like someone go to a gun show and he just walks up to a guy and is like, "You got this?" And he's like, "Yeah, for sure."
Yeah,
but they don't do like background checks or anything. So I didn't know.
No, you have to have the license already.
I'm pretty sure you have to like when you buy the ticket or whatever. I'm pretty sure you have to like register for it. I'm pretty sure you just can't walk in there and be like,
you can't just show up to a gun show.
I heard this was the place where you buy a gun with no background checks.
Well,
listen here. You've come to the right place.
Why don't you step into the back, sir?
Honestly, 10 days is a good amount of time.
Yeah, 10 days is way better than 3, honestly. Like,
it stops people from freaking out and be like, "You're taking away my fucking guns?"
See, because my biggest thing is, like, I agree with a version of gun control. I don't agree with taking guns away, because...
no one's trying to take every gun away from everyone.
Well, yeah, no. I don't think it's possible. Because there'd be a huge uprising over that. There's no way.
Dude, people... I hate when people are like, look at England and how well they've been since they've taken away guns. You know what the robber... Like, if you're sitting at home alone, you know what the chances of a woman getting robbed are?
Like, high.
70%.
It's 80%.
Damn, I was close. Shit.
And it's
I'm so close every time.
And like,
good with numbers.
You know what happens if you try to rob a woman home alone in Texas?
Your
ass is getting
You're getting shot on the front lawn before you get to the
there's no way for them to defend themselves. What you do, put a knife to like a dude that's bigger than you?
I can openly say that, like, at home. So the other night, we actually are... Both of our neighbors, they're Mexican families. And the one to the left of us...
They have to be Mexican.
No, they were. Like, that. It's like...
Wait, they were? What did you do to them?
No.
Did you
turn
them white?
No, I'm just
saying,
like,
kill them?
Like, that's just the way they are. I can't make that up. That's them. They, honestly, we could tell that they'd been having some sort of party. Doesn't bother us, whatever. Nice. They were outside shooting fireworks. But it was in such rapid succession, it sounded like gunshots. So
I just imagine you running out in the front lawn in your underwear, holding the gun, like, "Oh
no!" I was also just in my room playing League or playing like Anthem or something. And I was just like, "Those sound like gunshots next door." And I got up and I went and I was like, "Pops, what's going on?" And he goes, "I don't know." Cocks the gun with his pistol, pulls out his little Beretta. He's like, "But I'm gonna go find out." And he walks downstairs.
I bet you were like, "Never mind, you got it covered."
And like, you know what? You may have 2 prosthetic legs, but I bet your aim's pretty accurate. I'm going back.
Comes back with 1 leg and an empty clip. What happened to your leg? It's up one of their asses. I don't know.
What happened to the leg? They got me!
Thank God it was already gone, but they got me.
I remember when your dad got like his first like amputation. I walked in like, "How you doing, Paul?" And he was like, "I'm doing good. Can you give me the remote?" And then pointed with his amputated leg to the fucking remote. And I was just like, I don't know whether to laugh. I'm really uncomfortable, Paul. And he was like, "I meant to make you uncomfortable." And I was like, okay, dude, it literally looked like a thumb. He just went, whoop, pointed. I was just like, oh.
But like,
and then he looked at me, he was like, "My ankle hurts," and I was like,
but like the point of that story is like everyone pretty much has one. Like there's some people who don't want them, but I would think most people have like bare minimum a 6-shooter, like just something simple that they keep around the house.
And everyone should have a gun.
I was like, I know we have one in our house. We have 3 in our house
because I know if someone breaks into this house, G ain't gonna be shoot shit.
G's gonna shoot it.
What the? When I used to live with my parents, I was in charge of the gun. It was like, hey, my dad would be like going to bed at 8 o'clock at night, old ass dude, just like, "Hey son, this is where it is. If something happens while I'm asleep, you're quicker than me." And I looked at his ass and I was like, "Dad, not with this knee. You better move it closer."
Have you ever had an adrenaline rush when something shit like that? You feel like fucking Superman.
Okay, there was one time. We were just, I was up at night. I was watching a movie, not porn, on my phone. And I hear this loud thug. Like just, boom. And I was like, "Oh, fuck, this is it. I'm going to die.
It's go time."
You're like, someone's
And I whip the fucking blankets off me, roll out of bed, run to where it is. I really did. Like, I rolled off the bed, got up on my knee, started running to where it is, picked it up, walked around my house. My dog is like, I was like, "Shh, Aria, no." And I opened the back door, slowly like creaked open. Okay, our back door. Okay, there's like a door and a screen door. The screen door is really creaky. And I just went, and I was like, hey! And all I hear is my neighbor in the back, hey man! I was like, I will shoot! I was like, what's going on? He was like, a dog just went out here and hit the food off hit the food off for the kettle. He just knocked it off, and I was like, okay, cool. He was like, good night, man.
You look at him blow your sack off, mister.
I was in the gun in my hand, pointed at the fence, like, all right, I'm going back inside. He was just like, have a good night. And I was like, it's 4 o'clock in the fucking morning, and dog's knocking shit off.
I bet you didn't sleep right. You were just like,
no, I went back in bed, turned my movie back on, went to sleep.
Gun in his hand, his mom walks in.
is that a fear cock? Like, he's still hard the entire time.
Just bumping into the walls and shit in my house, like, fuck. But no. To be fair, if you have a gun, odds are you're responsible with the gun. Gun control is not about taking guns from everyone. It's about making sure the right people have guns.
Well, because if you take them away
Some
from everybody,
people have guns. I'm just like, how the fuck did you get that?
Well, because it's like he said, if you take them away from everybody, there's still criminals and shit that are going to go behind the backs of stores.
They're going to have guns.
They're going to find a way to get a weapon.
Shit out of luck.
Yeah,
we're not taking everyone's guns away. It just shouldn't be that easy to get a gun.
See, and I agree.
That's
ridiculous. I think 10 days is a step in the right direction for some sort of gun control, but I also think there needs to be a thorough background check. Not just like a mild one.
Oh, this guy never went to jail. It's cool.
Yeah, no, there needs to be some sort of extensive background check that it might take.
You don't have a history of mental illness or like, would you say like anything below a felony, or like would it be felony and above no guns ever?
I think a misdemeanor would be okay, depending on what it is.
Like if you got pulled over for weed in your car,
like
they let you go. No, you can buy a gun.
Yeah, that's okay.
I feel like if you had a history of like DWIs,
DWIs should not be. You shouldn't be allowed to.
Did you guys see the video the other day? This guy got out of his car, and this old man got out of his car, and the guy actually lived in that neighborhood. And him and this old man got into it on the street, and he just pulled out a 6-shooter and started shooting over the guy's head. Just pulling the trigger. And the guy turned around and threw his hands up like, dude, I fucking live in this neighborhood. What are you doing? And he aimed the gun at him and told him to, like, fuck off. Like
the old man was shooting him?
Yeah, the old man was shooting at him. They were like, it was like an older white gentleman and, like, some white guy in, like, his mid-20s, early 30s.
Jesus.
Like,
that dude put his hands up?
Yeah, he threw him up and turned around like, dude, I fucking live here. You're being, like, a dick.
I would have shit my pants immediately and then barrel rolled to the other side of my car.
I would have been like, hey, hold on. 10 seconds, partner.
Let me get my gun real quick.
You want to have a shoot off?
You want to have a duel? Come here, back to back. 3
10
paces,
steps.
Turn and shoot. In the olden times, a president died like that. Someone challenged him to a duel and he lost.
That does bring up a point. Maybe there should be an age limit to owning a gun. Maybe if you're 88 years old, you should be fine. But if you're like, 89 and cynic, probably shouldn't be allowed to own your gun anymore.
Mental illness.
Yeah, you shouldn't be able to get one of your
Or if you have like PTSD or something like that.
I was just about to bring that up because my aunt and I were talking about that the other day. She was like, do you feel like people who come out of the military should have a gun? And I was thinking to myself like, warfare has changed.
They're the best trained with guns, so maybe, yeah.
But, like, that's what I told her. I was like, they're trained with that. Like, especially, like, snipers and people like that.
Some people come back and have freak moments and
it's kind of like
in war again.
Yeah, well, that's what I told her. I was like, well, that's, like, kind of bringing up the point, someone like Chris Kyle, that, he felt comfortable going out to the range with someone like that.
American hero.
But at the same time, that guy killed him because he had a freak out. Like, he freaked out because, warfare has changed. Like, now you have fucking...
shit goes down if you're in a war.
You got bombs falling. You don't even know what's going to happen.
But then it's also interesting because, like, I don't want to say normal people, but, like, people like us who live normal lives, the home, TV, we don't actually go to war. We're, like, desensitized to a lot of shit that they depict in movies war-wise, but you don't actually realize how much it could fuck somebody up.
Yeah, like, we don't know what it's like.
But think about it. Like, if you were talking about a guy who served in the military 4 years, never went to war, maybe a little freaked out. Should he still have a gun?
Depends on what he freaked out.
I was like,
I would say if he doesn't have a history of mental illness,
what's the definition of his freak out?
War,
like what set him over?
I don't know. Maybe a bad training exercise where maybe one of his friends got hurt. Because they train around bombs and shit.
Yeah,
I would say that person's a pussy.
I almost think anybody with any kind of like really bad PTSD shouldn't have one.
Well, yeah, for sure, of course.
No, yeah,
because
flip a switch any moment.
My uncle's an ex-Army Ranger. Don't say his name. And what's it called? There's not a gun in that house. I don't think there is. He doesn't like them. He served.
He's probably got one strapped under the bed, velcroed.
Dude, he fought in Desert Storm. I asked him. I was like, "What do you think about guns?" He was like, "Used one for forever. Don't care for them." And I was just
Her name was Maria.
I was just like, "Wait, what?" I was like,
Maria.
"You don't care about guns?" He's like, "Nope. I think he's more of a liberal. I'm not totally sure." And I think ATM is liberal.
I don't think not all liberals hate guns.
I know that. I'm just saying, like, it's usually the point of view.
It's so bad that we have a two-party system.
Yeah, the two-party system's kind of fucked because you could be in the middle.
But you're still going to be forced to identify as one or the other.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, because my uncle came and chimed in. He was an MSOC Marine, and he goes, well, because he has PTSD, and he knows that himself shouldn't have a gun. Like, because he knows that he's self-aware.
Yeah,
like something he knows that himself that something can trigger him off. And my aunt says I don't have a gun, and so he got rid of him himself. He was like, I can flip it or switch at any moment.
I know G doesn't like guns. At all. That's
I
why
prefer
she gave a lot of my dad. So all of them are at my dad's house now. There's like 15 guns in that house.
I think most households should have a gun just in case the odd.
And my stepmom.
A small handgun, bare minimum.
Bare minimum handgun.
Pretty sure my stepmom packs a pink little tiny pistol in her purse all the time.
I was like, I know my dad's got a Beretta, and my mom's got a 6-shooter.
And see, I need to get a gun. I live in a pretty sketchy neighborhood.
Yeah.
My mom.
But your mom is a badass.
Yeah, no, my dad's got the little black sleek design, and my mom's got the heavy hitter.
Dude, I can see someone trying to rob your mom, and she just throat punches him, kicks him in the nuts, and just walks and just done. You're just like, did you just execute his ass?
I have come
is this Call of Duty?
I've come into the house real late at night one time, and we were making a bunch of noise downstairs, and my mom has walked downstairs with a 6-shooter and be like, who's in the kitchen? I was like, it's me, Mom. She goes, God damn it, X, I almost shot you.
Dude, what if you just were so high, you're like, what if I fucked with her?
But the first time I found out
Christian lost his bullet hole.
The first time I found out that my mom had a gun when I was 8,
Christian lost his
and my dad came over. He started banging on the door. My mom pulls out that gun so quick, and I was like,
"Oh God,
holy shit!"
Where the fuck were you?
Yeah,
your mom just pulled
shit.
Yeah, she goes to her drawer real quick, bro. Pulls out this Glock, just goes. I was like, "Oh shit!" And my mom was like, "You stay right here," and I was like, "Okay, I'm good."
What you gonna do with that thing?
I could see your mom, someone trying to fuck with your mom. She's like, "You're all gonna die."
Do you want to see a funny?
Say hello to my little friend.
Well, it's only funny because
Ryan just in there.
At our house, my mom has a pistol, and I have an AR that me and my uncle built. But it's only funny because I was thinking to myself the other day, I was like, "Damn, if someone comes in this house, there ain't no way in hell I'm gonna grab my AR-15. I'm gonna rely on my mom fucking shooting that dude first before me."
Funniest thing ever was going to the range for the first time and learning how to shoot my dad's gun. Oh, my mom was there.
I want to go to the range.
She took one shot. She goes, I don't want to. I was like, I'll do it.
Could you imagine she does, and the bullet just.
Well, we usually go to the range every month, every 3 weeks, and it's only funny. It's because my sister, she's gotten to an old enough age where I'm comfortable giving her a gun and teaching her how to shoot it.
I'm not giving your crazy ass little sister a fucking gun. Are you kidding me?
Actually, my dad was showing my little sister how to clean the gun the other day.
Well, I mean, I think it's a lesson.
Which one?
Yeah,
the little one.
Okay, I trust Katie. Kate, I feel like.
Why'd you say her name?
Now we gotta edit that out.
You just broke me.
Anyways,
I feel like the other one, she could flip a switch and you piss her off and you're losing a left ball.
I trust my sister. I mean, she's crazy, but I trust enough that
I feel like if we took my little brother to the range, he'd do the same thing my mom did.
I can see him doing that.
I can see your brother. Your brother is not really the fighting type. He's kind of just there.
He'd shoot it and be like, I don't like it, or this is fucking awesome. And
that was honestly me when I kind of had a trigger finger for the first 2 weeks, and
I mean, I didn't have an itch for it, but I shot it and I was like, this is cool. I could use this.
Yeah, I was like, it's something that I can use to at least protect.
The adrenaline rush of
makes you feel
shooting
pretty
a
fucking
gun.
damn
You're just
powerful.
someone fucking come at me.
But they say to me please don't. I don't want to have
And then if someone
Yeah.
actually came up at you, you'd instantly just like
Shit your pants and
Yeah.
run away.
Yeah, honestly, that would be me. I'd be like,
it'd be one of those scenes from one of those movies where you aim the gun, but then the mag just drops out. Like,
Fuck, hold on, sir. Please give me 10
Could
seconds.
you imagine if that happened? Like, give me your money. Hold on a second. Ching, just like, son of a bitch.
But no, on topic, it's a good step forward.
yeah, it honestly is.
It should be a little bit harder. 10 days is a good time. I mean, I feel like you could probably get a background check back. I mean, I've gotten background checks for jobs within the next day, but I do have a clean slate, so I mean, it's not that hard to find
Yeah.
me.
I think I got a clean slate. Just don't talk to Mr. Reyes. About it.
I got a clean slate. I only had.
Okay,
I've only
nothing
had
from
two-
high school goes on you.
I was like, I've only had
Background
2
check.
speeding tickets when I got out of high
It's
school.
more like, hey, has this guy gone to jail? No. Is this guy checked into drug rehab? No. Okay, then he's probably okay to get a job.
I was like, the only time I've ever been pulled over, the cop let me go. So
Oh, for real?
I got pulled over on
I've
my
never
first day of
gotten a
college.
warning. They look at me and they're like, one time they're like, "Why were you speeding this morning, sir?" And I was just like, "I am an hour late to something, and I'm gonna get fined $100 if I don't get there." And he was just like,
Well, here's a $250.
"Here's your ticket." And I was like, "Are
Yeah.
you fucking kidding me, dude?"
See,
And,
I
a
didn't-
white truck zoomed past me going like 65 down Indiana, and I was going like 54. And the dude was like, "You know how fast you were going?" And I was like, "No,
Not as
I'm
fast
kind
as
of in
that
a
guy.
rush." And he was like, "You're going 54 miles an hour, sir." And I was just like,
See, I got pulled over for taking a bad turn. Like we were late for school. We had morning practice. I had to go home, shower, gel my hair, get my sisters, get them to school. And we were leaving the house at like 7:30, 7:35. I was like, fuck. Like, we're going to miss the bell.
Yeah.
And I went to go make a left turn out of our residential. And it was one of those, like, there was a big enough gap. I could make it, but it was a sketchy turn. So when I made the turn, my tires screeched and everything. And right when I got in the lane, I saw the bike cop. I was like, please don't turn your lights on. Flipped his lights on. I was like, please don't turn around. Made a U-turn. I was like, fuck.
dude, the worst thing is when you're like, okay, I just passed a cop, like, I'm not gonna get pulled over. Woo! Flips a bitch, and you're like,
I passed one
Is
on the
that
way
me?
over here. There was one sitting in a driveway and his lights were on and I could see he had a radar gun monitoring the neighborhood. I was like, you motherfucker. Because like I was doing 31 and right when I came up on it, I saw his lights, immediately went down to like 24. I was like, oh god.
it's 30 in residential.
I know, but
yeah,
I was
but still, cops
panicking.
these days-
31.
I mean, it's the
It's
first
the end
of the month.
month.
It's the first of the month. Like they gotta meet that quota, baby.
No, like,
Get
at
it
the
done
end
now.
of the month. But they're,
I mean, some do it at the beginning too.
Get it.
but
Get a
no,
head start.
Yeah,
Yeah.
start.
No,
Make it for
recently-
last month.
recently, I think, it was put in my group me because we don't want people getting caught for like DWIs. Just tell people not to be dumb.
Don't fucking drink
Common
and drive.
sense.
And,
Get a fucking
hello.
DWI.
apparently Lubbock is like sending out more like cops than usual right now, and they're looking to pull you over for absolutely anything. That's probably why there's never a cop. There's like 4 cops who live
His-
around here.
His
and-
headlights were on and he was sitting in the front seat with his gun out, just monitoring speeds.
He's like, I'm gonna get my fucking
It was-
neighbor.
it was
I
literally-
know my neighbor's speeds down here. His dumbass
It was,
Mustang.
it was like 5 blocks before your aunt's house. Like it was literally.
Oh, yeah,
on
that one
this
right
street.
here?
Yes.
Yeah, so I passed by him, but he there was no cop in there. So
Yeah.
he must have just got home and he was like, I'm gonna sit right here for
I
a
was
little
like, his lights were on, and I could see him sitting there as I passed. I was like, motherfucker.
What the
Because,
hell?
like, on the way to, like, Sydney's house, there's always a cop that's parked to, like, his car is in the driveway facing outward, and it always freaks me out at night because I don't see the car till I get right up on it with my headlights. I'm like, God
Well,
damn.
by your house, you know, when you turn to the
There's 4 cops in my neighborhood,
yeah, there's
and we have a chain link fence. Anything we do back there, someone could walk around and just be like, fuck you guys doing?
well, it's only
Smoking the Mary Jane back here. I can smell hers.
Getting high.
there's a,
Get on up in there, Snoop Doggy Dog.
when you turn right at your house
Fucking
from the
town.
light, you know that church right there. Dude, there's always bike cops right there, and I'm like, because you can't see them when you're going towards it.
The worst thing about my neighborhood is over on like 34th and like by the Marcia Sharp and shit, there's like 6 cop traps along that way.
Yeah,
where they
dude,
just
it's
hide
awful.
behind different
They
shit
try
to
to
radar
get
you.
you so-
The main spot is they try to get you coming off the
Yes,
off-ramp,
because you're going there. You're like 65, and you're like, I'm heading on there here.
and you don't hit like 40 or 50 till you get off the ramp.
Yeah.
And there's always a bike cop.
So
sitting
like,
there.
I deserved this one ticket. Okay, I was going
I've seen
95.
you speed.
I was going 95 on my way to South Plains because there's one dude next to me. He was in a Camaro, and that dude wanted some smoke. He came next to me. He goes, boom, 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 and I was like,
Remember that time I got
"Bitch."
pulled over and I got followed for 20 minutes, and I was like, where the fuck did this dude come from? From, like, Borden County? Or
Oh
was
yeah,
it-
Amarillo.
No, we were
Dude.
going to Plainview, and I passed through, like, this it didn't even look like a fucking town. I saw the post office, and I was just like, is that even open? It just looked abandoned.
Was that the trip that when he pulled us over, Felipe pulled up on his phone the Bad Boys theme song? Bad Boys, Bad Boys.
Yes, that's exactly what happened. You had to take your pants off.
Oh, I lost a bet that night, yeah.
It was like, if this one song comes on, this entire playlist, I'll ride the rest of the car
It
with
was
my
the
pants
third
down.
song in.
Third song, he was like, fuck me. And it was like Eminem.
It was Ice Ice Baby by Vanilla
Oh, no, it
Ice.
was Ice Ice Baby.
Damn.
That's funny as
I put it in there shits and giggles, like, if this song plays, I'll take my pants off the rest
Dude,
of
there's
the
so many times I've been followed by a cop from Tech back to my house.
Bro.
And I'm just sitting there, like, panicking, like, I really had a shitty day at school. I don't want to get pulled over.
I feel like
I'm
I
sitting
get
there
pulled over
staring
a lot.
at my fucking speedometer like, you motherfucker, don't you go past 65.
Dude,
You
the
stay
worst part
right
about
there.
I feel like I get pulled over a lot more since I have letters on the back of my car. And
yeah.
I got pulled over once in high school. Since I put those letters in my car, I've been pulled over like 3 times. I'm just like, motherfuckers, leave me
So
alone.
the second time I got pulled over is because I didn't have my front license plate when I first bought the car. Well, the car never had the front license plate to begin with. Because, like, you can tell where, it's drilled in.
Yeah.
It didn't have any of that on it. So, my dumbass was like, you know what? Fuck that. It didn't have license plate in the front. I'm not going to do it now. I had that car for, maybe a couple of months.
I wanted a piece of paper. I didn't want to interrupt the story.
I was like, what's going on?
I was like, do you want him to draw something?
Yeah.
Like,
It's like,
I was like,
Pretty
do you want him to
picture?
sketch?
so anyways, I'm driving and this state trooper, this girl she pulls me over and she goes, yeah, you're going to need a front license plate. And I was like, but the car didn't come with one.
That's
Like, it didn't come with it didn't have one to begin with.
Yeah.
And she was just like, oh, well, in the state of Texas, you're going to need one. And I was like, okay.
In the state of
in
Texas,
the state of
you
everywhere.
can fucking
Yeah.
blow me.
And, like,
Drives off.
And then this one Lexus.
Try and catch me,
This
bitch.
one Lexus passes me. I was like, is it because it's luxury and I have a sports car that it doesn't need a front license plate? I was
I
like,
can see
hello?
Ryan get pulled over and like a female cop starts. He's like, all right, I can flirt with her. I can do that.
Well, so the second, it was a state trooper.
Good fucking
don't
try,
ever,
Bob.
Don't ever fuck with the state trooper. But city cops, I got pulled over by this one banging one. And she pulls me over. She goes,
I like a woman in uniform.
yeah, no, she goes, hey, sweetie, I'm going to need your license and registration. I was like,
I'm gonna need your badge.
You can have whatever you want.
No, so she left and I was like, ma'am, I'm sorry, but I'm going to need your badge number.
Full
And
cavity search.
And she goes 3195. And I was like,
I may
I was
not
like-
have weed in my rectum.
I
You
was
can
like,
check.
thank you. I'll write a good review about you. She goes, sir, give me your ticket. I'm just going to give you a warning. And I was like, got
And
that
at that
bitch.
point, Ryan knew he was living a porn fantasy.
Oh, dude.
And that's
Yeah.
when he woke up from his dream.
Bro, so many times I just want to get pulled over by a cop, like a girl cop, and be like, man, you need to be careful.
I'll do
I'm
anything to
packing
get out of
right
this
now.
ticket. Show me your dick. What?
You know, like 25% of
Are you a
dykes, right?
what, girl?
Are you a
What?
white girl? What?
But talking about like being pulled over and shit, they're actually really close to releasing the new breathalyzer that can detect marijuana on your breath if you smoked within the last 2 hours.
There's a marijuana breathalyzer now?
Yeah, because
Jesus
as weed is
Yeah.
becoming more and more legal across, the United States, there's no way for them to actually field test you for being stoned. And because it's becoming more and more legal and people can actually drive with it because it's not that hard. It's
Fairly easy.
It's so much easier than driving. I mean, I've never driven drunk, but I know driving stone's hella easy. This one guy is actually working on a dual breathalyzer. It can detect alcohol and THC on your breath.
Fuck
and it's
that guy.
it's one of those that even,
Thanks, bro.
What a
like-
fucking narc.
well, like even if your tolerance is like super high, like I could smoke and then like in an hour I'm sober. It can detect THC on your breath within the last 2 hours. So if it's on you, they can still technically detain you because it's in your system.
That's like the fucking guy that made the police radar for the car.
Mhm.
For like saying that there's a cop there, and then he came back around the next year and sold the cops that showed him that they have police radars. Like, what an ass, what a narc ass.
Come on, bro.
Is
Help me out.
Is it illegal to have one of those
Yes.
radars in your car?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah,
You
it
can
is.
buy them off Amazon though.
Yeah, but it's still illegal apparently.
It's kind of like, you know how out
Like
behind
when I
your
got to
house-
college, I rode in someone's car and I was
It's
like,
only
I was
meant
like-
for superheroes
I was-
so they know where to
I
go
was
when
just
the
like,
trouble
like,
arrives.
what's that? And he's like, it's a radar detector. I was just like, can you have that? And he was like, nope, but I do anyway, and I haven't been pulled over since I got it. I was like,
Well,
what the
because
fuck?
Well, some cops are lenient about it, but like if you go with, like a state trooper, they'll be like, "Give me this, give me that radar," and you're like, "But it's mine." It's like, I don't give a fuck.
Well, it's kind of like your like water thing out behind your house. Like you're not allowed to own the key that turns your water on and off, but you can buy them off Amazon.
You can?
Yes. Yep. That's where we got ours because we have one, just in case like we get fucked with and, like LPNO cuts our water off on the
That's
weekend.
happened
Just go out
multiple
there and
times.
just
Turn it back on. Yeah.
And
we have one too.
You do get fined for it, but
Hey, I'm gonna take a shower when I need to take a shower.
you're not.
I'm
Gonna,
gonna shit and flush the toilet.
I'm not gonna not shit for 3 days. Okay, I'm turning the water back on.
I'll pay you in 3 days,
Shit
fucking
in a bucket,
assholes.
save it, and then send it to LPNL.
With your payment. Hey,
Well, because
Fuck
the
you.
last time they cut our power off, they cut it off for like 3 days,
I
and then
remember that.
we actually had to pay a $1,600 fine that they had no way of proving that was the fine that was needed for what happened to us. What my dad did was he cut their paperclip thin lock off our meter box and removed 2 pieces of tape and put the meter back on to connect the power to the house, and we got charged $1,600 for that.
LPNL is retarded.
No, LPNL's a fucking monopoly, and they deserve to fucking burn.
It is. It is
Like they're a terrible. Like if you go and you look
So
up
dumb.
reviews for LPNL, there are no good reviews under
Yeah,
their
they're
website.
all dumb.
Everybody fucking hates them.
But
And
I'm
they're
glad
trash.
I'm glad we don't have LP now.
What?
Well, you're probably far enough out that there's another service you can look for.
We use like the Wolfworth one. I don't know what it's called. It's like, I think it's just called Texas Electric.
I was like, I know
honestly.
there's another one in town because I remember talking to his aunt about it when we were installing.
there's a
Wi-Fi.
second one, yeah. It's not,
yeah.
It's not as
Remember
good.
that.
It's not as, like, you can't use it as well, but, like,
So I
they're not
hope
as
somebody-
gigantic assholes.
I hope somebody knocks.
Yeah, and like
LPNL out.
ours, we don't have like a bill, like a monthly bill, or you know what I'm saying? That
Mhm.
like LPNO has, we pay like by how much money we have on like the meter.
Mhm.
So like if you pay like $100, you have $100 to use.
That's actually smart.
Yeah,
So you
and, like,
can't go over.
Mhm.
So if you can't afford much, it actually saves people money.
Yeah.
Well, and
But
it's actually
LPNL is
funny.
like, give me all your fucking money.
I never understood why they only cut your water off and never your power until my mother told me about it. Because there were a few times that LPNL actually cut the power to somebody's place when they didn't pay their bills, and the people living there were on life support and almost killed somebody.
Oh,
So they're no
fuck.
longer allowed to cut the power; they have to cut the water first.
Honestly, if that person did die,
That's a
probably
loss.
would have bettered this city because
Yeah, as shitty
LPNL
as
would have
that
been
sounds,
done.
LPNL would have been fucked.
I bet that person wouldn't have, like, if they're on life support, I bet they're like, just fucking end it.
I was like, I don't understand LPNL. I don't know why they're such assholes. I don't know why they suck at their job, but somebody needs to dethrone them.
They're just
Well, it's the
fucking
guy up
wrong,
top.
bro. Such
Well, yeah, I know,
assholes.
but they need to be dethroned because they're shit.
That's just.
I was actually
shitty.
just reading an article that Biden actually agrees with Trump leaving the summit meeting, even though he's one of the strongest people against Trump in the Democratic Party. He actually supported Trump leaving the meeting, but he also kind of went against him and was like, "It's smart that he left, but the president also doesn't understand what he's doing half the time." Shut the fuck up. I'm not watching your damn anime.
I mean, there's a certain point to where it's like, nothing's gonna happen. Why would I be
Well, and his thing is the president doesn't view it as diplomacy; he views it as a real estate business. He's going in there trying to accomplish things from a different point of view, and that's not how politics work. But
I mean, politics is give and take.
yeah,
And
and a lot of sneakiness, sneaky.
Trump is a give it to me now, motherfucker type of guy, and
It's your money. Use it when you need it.
I was just about to say, I'll never forget growing up and watching Trump with what was like his show that he had?
The Apprentice.
The Apprentice.
Celebrity Apprentice.
money.
You're fired.
But
I mean, if it could be
when you
he.
were little, and him and Vince McMahon had that
Ooh,
rivalry.
yes.
He spit.
That was one of the greatest things ever. Was seeing Donald Trump tackle Vince McMahon, and you're just like,
The man's a good celebrity. I'll give it to him. Not a very good diplomatic leader.
I mean, it's
yeah. I feel like we got there, and we were just like,
it's not like people do this for a career for a reason, bro. Like,
Yeah.
it's not easy.
It's not something you can just obtain and then be like, okay, well,
All right,
everyone
now
else
what?
can do this for me. You wanted to talk about the Momo challenge?
fuck you.
It's really fucking creepy.
It's honestly, that's kind of some fucked up shit. There's only been one account incident that they've had, but it wasn't even in America. It was in Argentina, and this girl committed
Goddamn those
suicide.
Argentinians.
And that's from then on, it created a widespread thing. It's been all over the news today, or wait, what's today, Friday? Yesterday in class, our teacher was like, have you ever heard of the momo challenge? And I was like, what the fuck is a momo challenge?
Okay, what kind of stupid dance are we doing this time?
Yeah, so like that's honestly what I thought. I thought it was like Elmo on some like cocaine.
Gonna get on them Fortnite dances.
And she showed us a
Oh,
video
my God.
of it, and I was like, first off, I'm Mexican, okay? We believe in the cucuy and all these fucking demons coming out. Don't be showing me that shit, because then I won't be able to sleep
Fucking
tonight.
La Llorona's gonna come
Yeah,
in this bitch.
I was like, first off, no. Second off, what the hell is this challenge? And like they put it on, it's only on kids' YouTube.
You know what this
it's
kind of
found on.
reminds me of? And I'll let you continue. Kind of reminds me of the Slenderman thing. How like kids were like killing each other over
yeah.
Slenderman. This kind of reminds
To
me of
show,
that a little
to
bit.
like to
To
spawn,
please him.
yeah, to like spawn him or something like that.
It's kind of like what's that movie with the boogeyman? Ethan Hawke's in it. Like the boogeyman gets to the kids, and the kids turn around and kill the family, and the boogeyman takes the children.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. I've never
Watched
seen
it.
that.
You don't know
What
what
the
you're talking
fuck
about?
are you watching?
You guys have never.
dog?
They made two. Sinister. That's what it's called. Sinister.
Yeah, you've seen me watch The Conjuring and whatever the
Okay,
other ones were.
the Conjuring's not okay.
I've
And I shit my
seen
pants.
I thought you were going to
Bathsheba
talk about the
made me. Didn't I have to like? Didn't you have to pause me when I had to go take a shit? Because it
Yeah, like
legitimately
twice.
scared me.
Yeah, twice. But no, Sinister in the movie, the boogeyman, he kind of like gets to the children, and like Ethan Hawke in the movie, he actually goes through and he's watching old tapes of murders that were committed in this house, and all of them were by the children. Like the boogeyman, he like gets into the kid's head and he convinces them that he needs to kill the family. So like there's one scene where like all like the parents and like his siblings are like strapped into the chairs outside by the pool, and there's cinder blocks tied to him, and he pushes them into the pool one by one and drowns his whole family.
Oh,
Like the
my
movie's
God.
fucked up. Like it's a great movie, but that's kind of what it reminds me.
Yeah, so like
Great
so
movie,
after that
fantastic.
class I was starting to, read about it and like see what was happening with it. So apparently like the Momo challenge doesn't start. Do you know like this app called WhatsApp? It's like it's a texting app.
Yeah.
Well, apparently
That's
someone
what I text all my bitches with.
Your side
so
hose.
you can
Oh
either
my
you can
God.
either like start the challenge with the WhatsApp or on Facebook.
Hold on, just to clarify, ladies, he's single.
Yeah.
What's up? Hit me up. My Twitter is @j.cortez.
Phone number is
Oh,
we'll disclose that
Email
right
address,
now.
you can hit me on my pager. Fax me.
my work cell
If one of
phone.
us legitimately had a pager, I don't want to ever be made fun of ever again. If one of y'all ever get a pager,
Bro, don't you
You're
know
done
pagers
for.
are coming back? It's like the fanny
Just
pack.
like Walkmans, bro.
Yeah, I was like, the fanny pack came back.
what the fuck is a Walkman?
Oh my god, you're such
Well,
a
if you
fucking
don't-
uncultured
just-
swine.
I think I know what it is, but I don't want to be wrong. That's the thing. I
Just
have an image
continue
in
with
my
the
head,
Walkman.
and I don't
Anyways.
want to be wrong.
So the Momo challenge, so you have to text this bitch first, saying hello, and the Momo will send you back a message saying,
Wait, you have to actually talk to the
Yes.
thing?
Yes, it's like a weird thing.
it's fucking weird. So anyways, you start the message saying hello, and then the Momo challenge will say, challenge 1. It just starts with a challenge. But they start off like super simple. Like the first challenge is if you tell your parents about me, I will come at night and I will kill you. So the kids won't say anything because kids are like easily,
Manipulate.
yeah, they're like super scared about it, and it shows like the face of what it looks like to get into their head of like, if you like, I will kill you tonight.
Like this thing will be at the foot of your bed singing creepy nursery rhymes.
And so like once after that happens, it sends a link of like Pepe the Pig, and it's like super like edited, and it has like all these things on there of
See,
like,
because that's where I saw Kim Kardashian's post.
Yeah,
She tweeted out and she put on Facebook and everything that this Momo challenge thing is going on, and she quoted several like children's cartoons that had it, and I was like, "What the fuck's going
it's like
on?"
Pepe the Pig, Tony the Tiger, and like some other.
They're great.
No,
Momo.
that's another tiger. That's another tiger.
He's great.
And like all these other stuff. Oh, Daniel the Tiger, not Tony the Tiger.
It was like, no, Tony the Tiger.
Yeah, you're right.
I love Tony.
It's
the
called
Tiger.
Daniel the Tiger.
Frosted Flakes. Wow.
I
Anyways,
stared at him forever eating my frosted
after
flakes.
that video happens, it starts getting on. It starts like after a couple of days has gone by, she'll send you another challenge. But the last challenge is if you don't commit, it wants you to pretty much commit suicide, or else it'll come and kill you. And like it's always with a knife. It's never with something. It like wants you to like feel the pain.
You know what this actually kind of reminds me of a little bit? You remember when in high school, it was like the 11th grade, we were fascinated with like Squidward's suicide, that really creepy video on
Fuck
YouTube.
that thing. You showed me
Where
that
like
and, pissed
Squidward
my
like
pants,
loses
dude.
his mind and blows his brains out.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember during that time, there was a series of videos. This guy would just sit in a red room and just stare at the camera. And, like, there were, not signs. There were people saying that, like, they could, like, start hearing, like, a drill noise in the background. And it kind of, like, started to fuck with them. And, like, there were, like, people, like, trying to, like, gouge their eyes out because this video was just making them really fucking uncomfortable. So it kind of reminds me of as well. It's just someone doing something really fucked up, and then it affects a shitload of people.
You know what's funny?
I've heard it's just a hoax.
Well, probably.
Nothing really happens.
All those other ones are just hoax.
I was like, this one says the Momo challenge isn't a viral danger to children online, but it sure is viral.
Yeah, and like it's only crazy because after that last night when I was watching the news, like KCBD had like a special report about it, saying like, you know, just watch what your kids are watching, just to make sure that they're not watching this crazy shit. And I was like,
make sure they're not gonna stab you when you're.
Yeah, but and then again, I was thinking,
little Timmy, you put that fucking knife down.
And I was thinking to myself, I was like, what is YouTube gonna do about this? Like, I mean, they really can't do anything.
Well, I mean, there's a YouTuber who's like, you know, interviewed YouTube people. Like, his job is to talk about the news and his opinion, or he tries to do it, you know, as less opinionated as possible. But he talked to people, and he just, you know, he put out there that it's a hoax, and YouTube even notified him. They're like, hey, thanks for doing the research for us. Like, we don't know what to do. Like, shit just happens. You know, social media just is a fucked up place.
Yeah, you always find.
Because you can't stop everything on the
internet. You can't block everything.
Unless you're, like, as dictator-ish as, like, something like North Korea, where you can only do so much.
But, like, it's like so many people have access to so many different things. It's like, you know, how is because YouTube doesn't have a person checking everything out.
And they don't have, I mean, their restrictions are good, but they're not.
But it's easy to get around.
Yeah, they don't watch your fucking video before you upload it.
If you imagine the computer programming of making a program that monitors everything, and you're constantly changing your privacy methods,
it's bound to let something slip.
It's bound to just, you know, something's fucked up in the code to where something will just get through.
Yeah.
And a video like Momo comes through, and you're like, well, shit, like what?
Yeah, you can't do anything about that.
Well, now we just have to try to remove it.
Yeah.
And especially if it's just like one video, YouTube's not going to remove it because it's not a big enough danger.
Do you know how many people upload videos to YouTube daily?
Shit,
millions.
There's probably you could probably just go to new, like sort by new, and find a video of some dude just working in a gas station going, "Hello, YouTube," and then that's it.
Yeah.
Like,
thank you, come again.
Okay, that's racist.
What the hell did you just do?
I said, "Hello, YouTube."
No, you did it in an accent, motherfucker.
Yeah, this is
Ladies,
horrible.
I have never once been a racist. My Twitter is @j.cortez.
Dude, I saw this thing on Twitter. Some company made a fucking, like, it's like basically a dildo, but it's made out of, what's that shit you use to, like, scrub the skin off the bottom of your feet? What's that stone called? Pumice? What's it called?
Pussy?
No. But it's basically made out of that stone, and a doctor, he's like, I can't even believe I'm saying this right now, but do not exfoliate the inside of your vagina ever. Just in all capitals. And I was like, wow.
Have you ever seen, like, you guys know, like, Dr. Ken, right?
Yeah.
And when he does those wired, like, fucking interviews with Twitter music, Twitter questions, he's just like, well, I'm only a doctor, but my recommendation is stop being a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
I would love to, like, for him to be my doctor's common physician. I think I have a cold. You're being a pussy. Here's a fucking prescription.
Okay, so I was trying to be a doctor for about a year. And I remember I told all my friends, and they would just come up to me like, hey, you're a doctor, right? I'm like, no, I'm not a fucking doctor. And they go, well, it really hurts when I do this thing with my arm. And I just look at him like, I'm like,
fucking doing it.
If it hurts so much, fucking stop. And then at that moment when I was deciding to quit, I was like, you know what? It really was that easy. I could have been a fucking doctor. Sir, it hurts when I do this thing right here. Why the fuck are you doing it?
You know what's funny? That's usually what doctors say to you too. They're like, yes, I was in my kitchen and I slipped and fell and I caught myself with my wrist like this. So now every time I do this thing with my wrist, well, so you probably broke something in your wrist. You probably should stop doing it.
Probably fractured something.
Yeah, and like the doctor's like, all right, I'm going to prescribe you this and this. You owe me like $10,000.
Your health insurance will not cover any of it. So.
I just found an article that says ex-transgender man now wants to live as sexless alien and has had his nipples removed.
Freaky.
Sorry.
I like my nipples.
I'm sorry. I just ran across that.
What?
Could you acquire their Twitter for me?
There was a There's a case where this transgender MMA fighter broke their opponent's skull with a knee.
I remember you telling me that.
A woman, so it was a man, is now a woman fighting in MMA. Obviously, they're more buff. I mean, this person looks like a dude.
I'm sorry, I was just about to say, obviously that man should not be fighting
There's a video.
with girls.
I don't even want to watch the video because it like broke the girl's like face. And it's like the hardest part of your skull is your face.
Oh, did you hear that there's this female football athlete? She's the first to sign a D1 offer for a football scholarship without playing kicker. She plays cornerback.
Oh, wow.
She's going to be
free safety.
destroyed.
No, you gotta give her a chance.
She dominated JUCO. And now she's going to go play D1.
Oh, shit.
That's insane.
That's
a
a big
female
step.
football player. First ever to sign a non-skilled position.
You know what? Maybe this country is ready for a female president.
Have you
Just not Elizabeth Warren.
If we're like, if they can get into football and that's the biggest sport we have.
if
I mean,
if a
have you ever watched...
Gronkowski-looking motherfucker comes running at me,
Oh,
and like
even if I was a 6'2", big, strong safety, I still would get out the fucking way of Gronkowski.
That man's a
didn't
fucking...
that man break his nose for a game by accident?
By hitting his head, yeah.
Like hitting his like just.
Wait, you
From
guys
doing
have
too
seen,
much cocaine before the game? Probably.
You guys have seen the Longest Yard remake with Adam Sandler?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that is the.
I can
love
see.
that
I can
fucking
see
movie.
Rob just being the like big dude in the cell, smashing his head off the wall before a game.
Fucking cheerleaders, give me a D, and then I spell out dick in the fucking yard. Remember they give that I think it was Stone Cold Steve Austin was playing the dude they gave him.
Stone Cold
Estrogen.
Stone Cold Steve
And he
Austin and like
throws nipples in it.
Goldberg were both in it.
Yeah.
Dude, he starts like, "You're so mean to me all the time," and like runs off crying. And it's like Stone Cold Steve Austin.
They're sitting there in the like basement of the prison, and they're trying to interview Unger, like the one guy spying on crew,
Yeah.
and he's sitting there rubbing his nipples. Like, dude, why are you rubbing your nipples? I don't know. They hurt.
Oh, were you there? Skinny Pete? There's a video of me doing my best Stone Cold Steve Austin impression. If I could find it, I'll let you put it in the YouTube video. But I got drunk with a couple buds one night.
That's fucking awesome.
And I grabbed 2 Coors Light, of course.
Coors Light.
What else would we be drinking on a Saturday night besides some Coors Light?
Corona.
Okay, those are pretty damn good, too.
Yeah,
But you can't
Corona.
if you can slam 2 Corona bottles against each other, you're probably going to cut yourself. But I think I had to be in at least 12 beers deep. We walked out to the backyard for some reason. I don't know what I was doing. Man, I put a lip in. I wanted to chill outside. And all of a sudden, one of my buds goes, "Hey, Josh!" And you know me, I'm drunk as shit. If you approach me with a challenge, 10 times out of 10 it's going down. He goes, "I bet you want Steve Austin these 2 fucking Coors Light right here." Throws them at me. Boom!
Remember that time
Straight
I
down my throat, dude. It was all over me. I went to bed and on my friend's couch, just reeking a beer. And I woke up the next morning. I was like,
sticky
I
smell.
was like,
over,
what is wrong with me? Let me see if I
Dude,
can
remember
find
the time
it.
I had a loaded shotgun?
It's a loaded shot. How is that
In
when you?
your
Oh
kitchen?
yeah, this
In your
man
kitchen?
came to my house. He put gummy bears in a fucking Coors
No,
Light.
I have the video.
I remember
It
seeing
was
this on Snapchat.
chocolate protein powders because Daniel was like, "You won't do a loaded shotgun." I was like, "What are you gonna load it with?" He's like, "Protein powder." And I was like, Let's
No, there
fucking
was
go.
gummy bears in there too because he shotguns it. Go, 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 go. Throws it down. Some gummy bears fall out, and he starts eating the gummy bears off the fucking
Ugh.
table. It was so disgusting.
Yeah, I have the video.
But I
I saw
have
some protein covered gummy bears.
That was disgusting. Can we put that in the YouTube video too?
I don't know how to get it from my
Oh,
phone.
here it is. Straight podcast viewers. This is when Christian will put it in.
Yeah. Hopefully, Josh will send me this, and I can.
Stone Cold Steve
Stone
Austin.
Cold fucking Steve Austin, bro.
Where's your shirt?
Shirtless too.
Why would I do Stone Cold Steve Austin with a shirt on?
I love that. Here we go.
That shit went straight down my fucking chest, dude.
Of course, Tristan's there.
yeah, he was the guy. I think it might have been one of the guys that I'm going to edit him and the young fella out of there.
Hold on, where's this?
I'm going to send that to you
Fuck,
right
is this
now. 'Cause
loaded
that shit was
shotgun?
funny as
Oh,
fuck.
it's right here.
Alright, hold on, wait.
Ladies-
We're also gonna add this into the video.
If it'll
come on.
fucking load.
Load, you
That's on
sack-
Snapchat.
Fucking
Wait, I think you can see a point in time where he starts eating the gum. Oh, wait, I have the long video, I think. There's a
Did you
point
take
in
a
the
longer
video
one?
where he just starts eating gummy bears off the table. That were in his shotgun. And I was just like, what the fuck
We
is wrong
shotgun
with
like
you?
13 beers. I tried to play beer pong and I was like, oh fuck.
Tell you what, when I get down. Ladies, my Twitter is Jade.
Oh my god.
I will not stop self-promoting my Twitter for the ladies.
I remember it, dude. I came over to you and Daniel's house and drank with y'all for like 3 months straight, like every weekend.
Yeah, we were pretty bored.
Yeah, to invite me over to drink. Yeah, I would say
Yeah,
I'm
we're
pretty
pretty
fucking
bored.
It was great. Oh, I told my dad you cut his hair and he was really upset.
Oh, that I cut my hair. I cut my hair so long ago.
I know, but I told him like I was like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and he was like, "What? Christian had the perfect head for the long hair." My dad was like, "He looked so fucking badass." I was just like, "Why didn't you fucking tell him this?" He was like, "I was like, I bet you could have convinced him not to cut it." Dude, my dad, he was like, "I love the long beard,
Ladies,
the long hair."
Christian is single. His Twitter's at Rogue9145. Please hit him up.
Or hit us all up at GamblingGamer7.
Hit us up at twitter.com/GamingGamers7.
I don't know what you just said.
Yeah, you said gaming gamers or gambling gamers?
One of the last...
I think those beers Steve, they're starting to hit again.
Steve Cohn, this man's drunk.
Bro, are you drunk?
I don't know, man. Maybe.
Relax.
I think one of the last things that I want to get into, kind of a change of pace, is I would like to talk a little bit, Jesus fuck, about
Everyone's
Anthem.
drunk now.
About Anthem. Because Anthem was hyped up so hard, and there were so many people who thought it was going to fail epically. So many people, honestly, kind of like Tyler, who might have been hard dick riders in the beginning.
I had faith.
There's nothing wrong with having faith, because I had faith in Kingdom Hearts 3, and then they shot my childhood and buried it behind the barn. Don't play Kingdom Hearts 3. I love them
Moral
so
of the
much,
story,
but it was
just
not.
don't fucking do it.
The ending of the game pissed me off. But Anthem, I'm going to say solid, like straight out the gate, if you're just looking at game mechanics, the way they've actually set it up, the graphics, maybe replayability, I would give it, honestly, a solid 8 out of 10. Solid. It's a lot of fun to play. I love running around the map with Ryan and Tyler. I love doing strongholds. There's just not enough to do right off the bat. Replayability, it depends on how entertained you are by the game. Tyler played it for 11 hours the first day.
Shut up.
Tyler was like hardcore into it. I was kind of more on the side of I could play it once a day and I'd be good.
Yeah.
And
We
then
just understand. That's a normal person, by the way.
and
I'm not normal.
I'm going to go ahead and say hard spoilers here. The end of the story sucked horribly. It was absolute garbage, and I've never seen Tyler more upset at a video game than the ending of Anthem. It was so great.
Dude, we had to wait 2 days for this motherfucker to study for a test.
Side story, Ryan had to study for a test for 2 days, so we couldn't play the story. And when we finally got to, we beat it, and it was just absolute ass. I'm going to let you talk because you're the most upset.
Wait, by the way, I passed that test with 105, so...
Nerd!
Definitely worth it.
Somebody's a nerd.
Dude, I wanted that game to be so fucking good. I had faith in it. I was like, this game is gonna blow Christian away, because you're like,
I am very picky.
I want to, like, if I like a game, like, I wanted him to play it so bad with me, I fucking bought it for him. Like,
Yeah.
I bought it for his birthday. I was like, I know exactly what I'm getting for your birthday, because you're gonna play this fucking game with me, and you'll play it, because I bought it for you. And he played it with me, and I feel like I fucking kind of honey-dicked him a little bit. That game hardcore honey-dicked me.
He was blue-balled hard.
Tyler...
Wait, hold on. I
was
found a
honestly
video.
super upset.
It wasn't the shotgun that he did. It was a shotgun Dana was preparing. He dropped a couple on the table, and Tyler went and ate them off this beer spilt table. Here we go.
Right in the course I can.
And then look at the table. Look at Tyler's.
I'm just like, oh, fuck.
Gummy
dude.
bears.
And honestly, I super love that game, only because it's like a new MMO.
They basically tried to take something like Bethesda fucked up with on ESO, and they did it better, but the story's trash. Like I said, major spoilers. The end of the game, you go and you're trying to fight the Monitor at the Cenotaph. He's got his weapon that he's going to try to use to like control the Anthem of Creation, and he turns into like this big like Godzilla-sized fucking boss fight, and you fight him for 1 health bar in the first area, like 1 health bar in the second area, and you come back to the first area, and like halfway through the next health bar, fucking your 2 teammates, Halleck and Faye, come in,
He has
And
like 6 health bars, by the way.
yeah, he's got a shitload of health, and it's hard to take him down. He's got some boss-ass fucking moves. Halleck and Faye come in and just crash their fucking Strider into him. Faye shuts down the weapon, and it's game over. Like, you don't get to finish the boss fight. There's no awesome ending cutscene. It's so
You didn't even get any fucking loot at the end!
Yeah, there was no loot.
The dude died, and you're like, where the fuck?
Which I think is
where's
why
my masterwork shit?
I think
you
the
son
loot,
of a bitch.
I think the loot comes into now you can play the Heart of Rage as a stronghold, so you'll fight him and get loot
we
from
can't
him.
find it. We couldn't play it.
Yeah, we looked for it.
Really?
He looked for. We played the other one. The other one fucking blows because it took us
It's long. It took
30
us,
minutes
took
to
us
do
almost
it,
45
dude.
minutes to
It was
even
so
do that
fucking
stronghold.
annoying, and I was dude, I got my Colossus.
What do you
to
mean you
almost
can't
400.
find the Heart of Rage one?
He doesn't. We don't have the option to click it.
I was like,
no-
I do. It's on the upper left. It's all the way in the upper left of the map.
Maybe we just didn't go that
It's
far.
up by the Fortress
Maybe
of
we
Dawn,
just
I think.
didn't go that
I didn't
Yeah.
look because he was.
Yeah,
joined
I went
his
all the way
squad.
up there.
I was like, it was there for me last night because when me and Josh were the last like ones on, and I was about to get off, and when I did my nightly shit, and then I came back and I almost got back on, but I know for a fact it was in the upper left.
Dude.
But the game either way is anticlimactic, and I think it's really lazy the way they've set up their next story. You like after the ending cutscene, you get called in by Tassin, one of the head leaders or head agents for Corvus and shit.
Feisty
And
bitch.
they rip this tarp off like this blue alien who's like could be a threat to Fort Tarsus and shit, and they basically set you up to take out a new enemy when they drop their DLC.
Oh,
I thought in terms of story, I was quite upset. It wasn't worth my time. But free play, strongholds, side quests, those are all worth playing, hands down.
Yeah, it's so much fun because
Yeah,
every day there's new shit to do, and they're gonna add. They have a 10-year plan for the game, and everyone's like they're gonna last 10 years. But then day one, the game came out. The people who pre-ordered it and got to play it like before everybody else complained about stuff. So on day one, there was an update to fix all the shit they were pissed about. And then a week later, they updated the loot system because they accidentally broke it, then tried to fix it. Because when that day one patch came out, for about 11 hours, it was dropping the triple, like it was triple the amount of loot you were supposed to get off something.
Wish we'd been playing.
It was
that time.
broken, and so they
Yeah.
went back and fixed it. And when they fixed it, they were supposed to put it back to the normal, but apparently they didn't fix exploits and just a couple other broken things. And then a week later, they came back and fixed it. Now the loot system's pretty good. Like you're guaranteed so many like masterwork and legendaries a day. And they fixed all the exploits so people can't do like a boss fight right before the last boss leave, do the stronghold again, and just get all the chests again.
Like I said, I think in terms of replayability, it's something that you can definitely come back to. You can get better shit, better equipment. You can upgrade your armor. You can up the difficulty. It has replayability, but I think honestly, until they start dropping major DLC, kind of like ESO did, I think the game's kind of a dud at this point.
I hope it's free. Didn't they
Honestly,
promise it's free?
I don't know, but it wouldn't shock me if it's not. Because like
it's
ESO,
by EA.
Well, because like ESO, their like Somerset or Somerville, whatever the fuck the expansion was called, it's $30 for Elder Scrolls Online. And the main story for ESO is fantastic. I loved it. But the game itself is shit. It's not good.
I think they promised it would be free, which Call of Duty did that, and they have supply drops again, which they promised they wouldn't put in this game, and they did.
And they're waiting for supply drops in Anthem. People are afraid they're going to do it.
I don't think they will.
And it's by EA.
I don't think they
Yeah,
will
it's a money
because there's,
transactions.
Yeah, I was like, it's
because there's already
microtransactions.
a way to get the shit you want.
I think they need to lower the price of some of the cosmetics, though.
Yeah, fucking golly.
Because, I mean, like,
Shit's expensive.
I get that, like, when you drop a new suit for a new javelin, you're going to make it a shitload of
It was
coins
like $5,
in game.
I think, for me to buy one of the suits I liked.
I think it's 10. There's not a $5 option. There's only like a $9.99 option and up. There's not a $5 option.
Oh, then I think it comes out to like $8.
Because
Yes.
at
bought a
$9.99
$20
it comes out to $8.
No, I mean like the suit, like the amount of shards you use.
Listen
is
here, ladies.
worth-
He is single, but do not look for his Twitter because he probably doesn't know how to use it.
Grandpa.
You can go fuck
No,
yourself.
like, I think it's right. Like, in-game currency, the coins you get, it's good to make it a high price, but 61,000 coins is a lot. You're not going to get that within, like, the several days that the skin comes out. It's not possible. It's just
no
not.
fucking
Unless
shit.
it's the only thing you're playing for, like, 12 hours a day.
Oh, are you talking about the coins? The coin expense of it?
Yeah, I think it's ridiculous that it's
Oh!
61,000 coins. Like, I could get, you spend $10, you get a costume. That's fine.
I had 80,000
'Cause-
after like 3 days of playing.
Because, like, technically, I spend my coins on embers and shit to upgrade my stuff.
Oh, I don't need to do that anymore. Once you hit the level 25, they're everywhere.
But I think 61,000 coins is way too overpriced for people who play the game casually.
Casually, yeah.
I think it needs to be dropped somewhere around the 45 mark. Just to start. Just to give you an easier goal to achieve.
Should be alright. I don't understand why they wouldn't.
I also do want to talk about Apex Legends real quick.
Apex is a fun game.
I think Apex is the top battle royale out right now, and it deserves it, hands down.
I was just gonna say, but we also haven't played Apex in a little bit.
That's true, but we played.
I do get bored playing Apex really quickly.
It's not that I get bored playing things really fast, which surprises me because I've seen you play League for like 12 hours. Then you're like, I want to play 3 battle royale games. I'm like, bitch.
I don't know what it is about battle royales. It could be just because
you just weren't accustomed to it.
I know. I never got on the Fortnite train when it came
out.
Well, Fortnite's trash.
Well, also, true. The only reason I like battle royales is Minecraft. At one point in time, they put in those Hunger Games. So, like, Christian and I would usually hop in a couple of those battle royales.
I had such a shitty laptop back in the day, though I couldn't run it very well.
But, like, after that, what else came out? Because there was another battle royale before Fortnite.
PUBG.
Yeah, PUBG.
PUBG laid the groundwork.
It did.
Besides Minecraft. But PUBG has laid the groundwork for what is being stolen right now. Like the way they're doing their shit.
I'm going to have to cut in because the guy that made PUBG, Player Unknown, he was a part of Arma 3 Battle Royale. And that's also his, like...
I never played Arma 3.
Okay, well, like, Arma 3... So, like, he came in and, like, made a mod for the Battle Royale. And so from, like, Arma 3, he made King of the Hill. Mm-hmm. And then from there... but he was
kind of like King of the Hill. I never thought about that.
Yeah, but it's not specifically... It's its own genre, but it's based off something else.
Yeah, but the guy that made King of the Hill, he was, like, his partner. And then the partner was like, dude, you're, like, capable enough to make your own Battle Royale. So then Player Unknown came out with PUBG.
Which took forever to finally be good.
Yeah. But anyways, like, that's how, like, Player Unknown's PUBG came to play.
You know what's really funny about the Battle Royale game genre? You know what it's based off of? Like a Chinese movie.
Yeah.
Literally called Battle Royale. It's on Netflix. Mm-hmm. I've never watched it because I've heard it was an awful movie.
It's an awful movie.
That's what it's based off of. It's a movie.
See, I hate the Battle Royale genre so much just because it's so overdone. Like, I get that it's the top thing out, but I hate that everyone has to do it. Like, Red Dead decided that they were going to do their small version of Battle Royale. And there was talks like Battlefield 5 was going to have one. I don't know if they do now or not.
They don't.
But they were talking about having one. Call of Duty, Black Ops 4 has one. I just... Battle Royales just get on my nerves because everybody's doing the same shit. It just looks different. But Apex, I didn't play Titanfall 2, but I've heard that Titanfall 2 was highly underrated. I heard that Titanfall 2, for the most part... What are you looking at?
I don't know. Fuck. Disappeared.
Titanfall 2, for the most part, was highly underrated. And the people who made Apex Legends obviously made Titanfall, and there's just not a damn thing wrong with it. I love the way Apex runs. I love the fact that there's 3 people to a squad instead of 4. I think it really evens out the teams with abilities.
That honestly just bothers me just a tiny bit.
Well, it's because you're used to 4 people.
I'm used to 4 people, and like when I found out that there was just 3, I was like,
son of a bitch!
I was like, I need that.
I don't like this.
I'm gonna have to bash on Tyler just for a quick second.
Dude, I've been using a keyboard for like less than 6 months. Go fuck yourself, dude.
Like, Tyler's honestly a little bit slow. Like, I know he has to get used to it, but he's a little bit slow. And
there are some times where I'm like, why isn't my E working? And I'm like, I'm pressing fucking T.
And Christian and I would already be like a mile ahead of him. And Tyler's like, where are you on?
Dude,
Christian and I are literally
OCD
fighting.
with the building. I'm like, that door's not open? What if there's purple armor
Tyler
in there?
has to check everything for armor. I get that you want to look for, better shit, but if you can throw together like some nice like blue equipment, you're solid. You don't need anything else.
Yeah.
I feel like the only thing I really, really look for is fucking purple armor, because if you find that in the early game, you're set. Like, they're so hard to lose.
Dude, I could play Battle Royales if I play with friends, but since I'm the only one here,
Ryan's the only one I know that can play Battle Royale with randoms for 12 hours.
I could not.
I couldn't play it with I'm bad enough, but when I see someone lower skill level than me, I'm like, what's going on here?
When I first got my computer, that Lenovo, that piece of shit Lenovo that I had, I downloaded DayZ, and that was all MMO, like, RPG.
You almost said Rick Ross.
Well, yeah. I was thinking of his song, honestly. Anyways, so when that first came out, everyone was like all hyped about it because like you can do whatever you want in that game. And I was telling Christian, I was like, I want a game like that. Like I want an MMO RPG that you can do whatever the fuck you want. Like you can you can have a job, you can go buy out cars, you can fucking spend money on hookers if you want to.
Which like The Sims.
The Sims
but on steroids.
Or
that'd be cool.
There is something, and this is a little rated R, I guess. You guys ever heard of Second Life?
Nope. Yeah.
I feel like I have.
Second Life is a simulator that's kind of like The Sims. Like you create a character.
Oh, God.
And you live a second life. Like, there's full on, like, you can have sex with somebody else's character in-game.
Yeah.
And you can turn on the mic and, like, over the mic have sex with somebody in-game. You can have a house, have a job. It's called Second Life because you can do anything you want that you're not doing in this life.
I was reading about that, and you know what else is going to be, like, pretty crazy about that game?
VR?
It's going to be, it's going to be VR, too.
That makes me uncomfortable.
Like, it's going to be VR set.
Some Ready Player One shit. Holy
yeah, so,
fuck.
like, that's what I'm saying. Like, this whole VR, you know...
VR is so trash right now. It won't be good for, like, another 20 years. Like, our kids will be able to play it.
But that's
and
fine. We're going to be fucking 40, and I'm going to be okay with that.
He's going to be a grandpa who can't work VR, and we're like, Tyler, let's do something. He's just like...
That's me now. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, we also have to remember he also got a virus on like day 2 of his like brand new computer, so we got to relax.
Fuck you.
Hey man, I'm just saying, how the fuck did you get a virus? Like, it's not that hard to download a game.
Hey, I was like, I'm not gonna click that, and I accidentally clicked on it, and I was like, and
Fucking
then I exited
guy.
out really
You are
fast.
a mechanical genius.
I exited out really fast, and
So
then
fucking bad.
I looked at my task manager, and it said something like, Proxy 32, and I was like, the fuck is that? And I googled it, and it was a Trojan horse virus, so it went underneath McAfee, and I was like, McAfee, you piece of shit! Should be able to see if it's a fucking Trojan horse, you dumb little cunt.
There's one more thing that was not what one more thing that I wanted to talk about, and it's basically just updates that are coming to Red Dead. 'Cause we haven't played Red Dead in so long.
It's been a while.
I haven't even played.
Last
But-
time we even touched that thing.
There are a lot of enhancements coming to it. They're changing things like earn gold nuggets and XP for completing daily challenges. They're adding new game modes, new ways to earn experience. There's new free roam events called Fool's Gold, where players fight to wear a protective suit of gold armor. And you to take down the current wearer to earn the armor and the points, then turn the tables and rack up skills against the opposition. They're also adding target races, where you have to like drive through or like ride through shit to actually get weapons, and you only have a certain amount of ammo that you can use on horseback. They're also adding fishing challenges where you can actually challenge each other to fish, and whoever catches the bigger fish gets a bigger reward.
Word?
Yeah,
That's some redneck shit
I was
right
about to say,
there.
I was like,
put a lip in by the river.
I would sit there for hours with a lip in just fishing.
I
in Red
can't. I
Dead.
can't even fish in real life. That shit
hold on a
pisses
second.
me
Have y'all
off.
ever played a fishing game?
Yes.
No.
Dude, me and my brother and my dad would literally play competitions, and we would do a fishing tournament, and like we'd piss my dad off to where like almost threw the controller at us.
Oh,
like,
I was like, is this IRL or
Dude, it is
this...
nothing like actually fishing. No.
Oh God, no! Well, me and my
You
brother
catch
and
like
my dad,
1,000 fish. That never fucking happens.
Dude, well, me and my brother and my dad actually fish, so it's actually like kind of cool to like.
Your
look at a
dad's
video
sitting
game.
there all patient, like, it'll come.
No, dude.
And y'all over here just whacking thumbsticks, like, come on, give me a fish, give me a fish, give me a fish, give me a... RNG gods, give me a fucking fish!
Dude, I swear to God, like these two have like met my dad. He's not a patient man. Dude, when he fishes, it's the like I've legitimately seen my dad almost beat me with a fishing pole because he gave me a $12 lure and said, "Don't lose it. First cast." This bitch was so heavy. The lure, I was like, okay, it'll go maybe 60 feet, sploosh. As soon as I let it go, I was like, oh shit, right into a fucking tree. And dude, my dad was just like, I was sitting there, I didn't say anything for like 10 minutes. And I like,
He's just in the tree.
I was just holding it, and I was like letting out line and shit, and I was holding my dad's like, why the fuck aren't we going forward? And I was like, I'm in a tree.
He's got him anchored to the tree with his lure.
Dude,
Your dad's just sitting there watching, like, he's like, what the... He's just like following the line with his eyes. He's like,
dude, that's what he's like, how the fuck are you hung up? He was like, where is it? And I was just like, I pulled, and the tree branch went, my dad was just like, I'm gonna kill you.
You
And
little
the tree-
bastard.
Dude, my dad for 15 minutes was stabbing a tree with a fishing pole, trying to get this $12 lure out of the tree. And I was like, Dad, I'll buy you. I'm so sorry. I'll buy you a new one for Father's
It's
Day. I'm so
$12.
sorry. Dude, my dad just graciously went, just broke the line. I was like, that was a fucking 15-pound test. Oh my god.
That was an angry man, right? That's full grown man
I made him
strength.
so angry. So my dad has like a dab pen. Usually doesn't pull it out when we're fishing unless we're not catching any fish for like an hour into the tournament. Right after that, immediately pulls it out, and I was like, I'm all ready.
I thought Ryan was sending a dick pic. This man pulls his phone down and he lifts up his shirt. I was like, and then he wipes the screen. I was like, oh my god.
My bad.
Don't you whip your cock out at the table?
I had to clean my shit, brother.
We're here on business.
I'm sorry. Well,
ladies, he is single. His Twitter is at...
I don't even know my Twitter. I'm cool. I don't even
Skinny
use Twitter.
penis.
But they're also
please
adding...
Please don't look up Twitter. Skinny penis.
I was like, back to Red Dead. They're
Only
also...
you would, Grandpa. Only you.
And I'm reading this straight from RockstarGames.com. Straight from their website.
Is that a reliable source?
Yeah. They made the fucking game.
Just
Why
making
you
sure.
sound like a hard yaw?
They're adding a rare shotgun, beautifully engraved, faded brass, double-barreled long arm. And coming soon, they're going to add the Evans repeater, high-grade, high-capacity rifle. Shut the fuck up. That is devastating at medium and long range. They're adding new clothing, new emotes, and this is something I've been waiting for. They're updating the player radar and visibility to where on the map, you know how you could normally see people like on your radar, just little blips really far away?
Yeah.
Nope, never played the game.
If they are not, they have to be within a certain distance of you on the map now for you to see them. So like, you know how we fuck with people online, we get into posse feuds? If we can outrun them, we'll eventually disappear off their radar to where they have to pull up the map to see us.
Thank God,
Like you'll fade away
that
from
shit was
the blip.
pissing me out. This fucker's gonna
Like,
follow
why
us
are
from,
we
like,
still
10
fucking
miles
fighting?
away.
They
Wait, how
chase
did
us
y'all
for
all play together?
Red Dead
On
Online.
the Xbox.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot. All of us had an Xbox. I just don't use mine.
The only
I don't either.
thing that comes with
Yeah.
it is like if you're being an asshole in the game and you have like a really red blip basically showing that you're on a killing spree, you show up on the radar further for people so they know if they can stay away from you or they can kill you for bonus XP.
Those damn PKers.
They're making it easier so you can have parlay and feuds with other posses. They're enhancing the law and bounty system. It says if you stir up enough trouble to earn a high bounty, you'll increase the chance that something I can't pronounce of NPC bounty hunters will come out to get you. The higher the bounty gets, the more persistent the pursuers become, so watch out. So if you're being an asshole in game, you will be hunted down by in-game law enforcement even harder now.
Thank God.
And then this actually says that if head into Red Dead Online Beta anytime before Tuesday, March 5th to receive a complimentary delivery of goods at your camp's lockbox or post office. You get 2 potent snake oils, 2 potent bitters, 2 potent miracle tonics, 2 horse revivers,
Hell
2
yeah.
horse stimulants, 8 poison arrows, and 10 explosive slug rounds for your shotguns.
I have a
Well, I
shotgun.
mean, I guess you're probably keeping 90% of that. To be honest.
But they're updating a bunch of shit, and the update actually came out a couple days ago. It's like it's already out.
Nice.
But that's where I wanted to end. You guys got anything else you want to say?
Ladies, I am single. My Twitter is at j.quinn.
Fucking-
This is why you'll never fuck an Asian woman.
Damn it.
All right, that's Gambling Gamers signing off. We'll catch you guys next time.
Bye.
Oh my god.
Bye.
I hate you so much.
Hey, Christian, you recording this?
Yeah, I am.
All right, well, fuck off.